What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to take a look at a very interesting tweet from Tom Henderson. So obviously, he's talked quite a bit about Battlefield 2042, and this one, stood out in terms of missing features, things that Battlefield 2042 were going to have, but because lack of time, they ended up cutting it. So I want to read over his tweet and then just vent a little bit about what could have been. A summer 2020 presentation of Battlefield 2042 contained earthquakes, fire tornadoes, tsunamis, and volcano eruptions. But due to lack of time, they needed to just focus on the Twister. The game needed another year, man. And, he put a GIF. So, that's insanely disappointing to hear. Now, I'll be honest. One thing I found interesting, and maybe it was just me, maybe it was other people, going into this game, and I'm not talking like a month or two before. I'm talking like a while back, right? And I don't know how many people thought this, but I had fooled myself into thinking that the Twister, okay, was just going to be one of a group of things that they had, talked about the Twister, but I didn't know that that was the only thing that was in the game that, had a chance to potentially be in every map, but obviously wasn't going to be, every single time. I didn't know that until I played whatever it was, the alpha or the beta, and I was like, oh, wait, this is the only thing. Now, I didn't realize it from the beta, but from reading online stuff, my head finally, it kind of just clicked in my head where it was like, oh, this is it. This is the only unique thing. Now, here's the deal. Maybe a controversial opinion. I really like the Twister. I do. I think it's fun. I don't think it loses its luster after the first time. I know there's people that think that, and that's fine. I'm not, saying you can't have your own opinion. Go ahead. I enjoy it. I've enjoyed it. Now, granted, I haven't played this game in several weeks. Really, ever since Halo Infinite's multiplayer came out, I have never gone back to Battlefield 2042. So then what does that say about the overall game? But I enjoyed the Twister. But, earthquakes, can you imagine how cool earthquakes would be? Fire tornadoes, now tsunamis. I'm a big fan of water, and I think, hardcore, deep cut Podcast Now fans may know that. But I love water, I love ice, I love winter, stuff like that. But literally, I like the actual thing of water. So a tsunami is incredible to me. I would absolutely love that. Volcano eruptions. Really, we've talked about the things that were taken away from not just one Battlefield game, but like, say you go back to like the last 3 to 5 Battlefield games, all of the features that maybe at the time we took for granted, and then they took those features out, and then it's like, oh, none of them are present in 2042. Adding those back would make 2042 phenomenal. You know what I mean? It would add so much. Then adding, again, like the what could have been. Like, you think about the destructibility of it, right? And you go back to like a Battlefield 3 or even 4, or even, I would argue, right, a Battlefield 1 did it to an okay extent, right? So the idea of like anything can kind of explode and break apart. I mean, just simply that. You just bring that back where everything is kind of dynamic and everything lives on its own, and you're able to break through all these things with really anything, right? And then you add what would be like a tsunami, like crashing in, and just imagine like those things falling apart because of a tsunami, and imagine it hitting you. I mean, that's what sucks. Truly, it actually kind of makes me upset. That's what sucks about 2042, because I'm not even like mad at the game or like have any kind of like residual like anger for it. I just kind of don't care. Like, I've moved on again to Halo. Like, I'm playing Hades now. Like, I've kind of just moved on. But like, again, for some people, this is like the only game. Some people only get like 2 to 4 games a year. Some people maybe only get Battlefield games, or Call of Duty or whatever, right? So it's like, for people that were hoping that this was going to be some like next level thing, and I was hoping this game would be good, it's just kind of a complete disappointment and kind of sad, right? And then when you think, wow, imagine if they had earthquakes and tsunamis and fire tornadoes. I mean, like, what would that have been like? It would have been incredible. And they really, I wouldn't say they wasted the opportunity, because I do think you can include these in future. You know what I mean? I think natural disasters, okay, are I would say like separate from historical events. So like, you could go back in time, you could do something again in the future. I'm not like that. I guess is the good news, is that you don't lose the idea of of these kind of cool events. I mean, I like the idea of throwing in these things. I really do. I think there's something special with a big, open, like a huge, all-out war. All of these people. Now, again, there's even issues there, right? Because although there's like double the people on next-gen consoles. The map's so big that there's still only a couple choke points, and there's a lot of the map that's just kind of unused and empty. So there's still issues there, but imagine a big all-out war with all of these people, and then just like random, and full-on destruction. Everything is destructible, and then you have these random events coming in to, I guess in a way, ruin things. You know what I mean? Ruin things for you, ruin things for the enemy, whatever. I think that's now there's like overdoing it. You know what I mean? And there's ways of that. Maybe you got to make it so that it doesn't give anybody the advantage, right, or a disadvantage. But like if you did it right, it would be incredible. And like a Call of Duty really can't do that. You know what I mean? Because it's too small. I just don't think it's too fast paced. I mean, it just wouldn't work. I'm not saying like one's better than the other. That's just how Battlefield is. These kind of randomized, destructible, occurrences of weather, these things are kind of unique and can really only be used in certain games, certain genres. So I think, again, they didn't miss the mark here, but I would be hopeful that if you were to do another one or whatever, whatever they're going to do next, if you throw in, now I'm not saying like that's all you need, right? Make another Battlefield game, add 2 new maps, and then add in like 4 new, natural disasters that happen. No, I mean, you have to do more than that, but I think that's a pretty good start. I really do. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure, as always, you guys are subscribed to the channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. I do a brand new video on the channel every single day, and so I hope to see you guys for tomorrow's video.